Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Nijana from Leotalks, and today will be the first video in the series Leotalks. And today we're going to discuss a movie that I watched recently and it left a huge impact on me, so I really wanted to discuss it with you guys. So the name of the movie is KANCHARAPALEM. It's a Telugu movie which was released last year somewhere in August. So not many people really watched the movie. It wasn't a big hit, but I think last year or in the beginning of this year, Rana Digupati tweeted about the movie, and that's when my brother watched it and he forced me to watch it. I did not. I was so hesitant, and finally once and I was like, okay, I don't have anything else to do. Let's watch the movie. And I loved the movie. I'm not getting into the technical aspects or anything. The movie is directed, I think the direction and screenplay are by newcomers, and all the central characters are mostly newcomers except for one or two people. They're all so new to acting and the whole concept of films. I'm not getting into any of those details. I'm just going to share with you guys the essence of the movie that made me feel good about watching it. So keep on watching. So the movie KANCHARAPALEM, it is set in this village called Kancharapalem. It's in Andhra, and you are introduced to 4 different couples, let's say, and then there are some other important characters as well. Well, it is essentially a love story, but I would say the movie celebrates love, but not just the love between lovers or husband and wife, but the love that a father has for his son, a love that a teenage daughter has for her widowed mother, the love that a wife has for her stammering husband. You see and enjoy and understand what pure love feels like in different forms, whether it is a rich household, whether it's a poor household. You see love, you enjoy love, and you feel it all in the end. So the central character of the movie is Raju. He's a 49-year-old man and he's unmarried, and that is the only fault in his life. So he's basically a good man. Everybody likes him. He exercises, he keeps himself healthy, he's happy, and he's working as an attendant in a government office. And a new lady joins the office from Orissa. She's an officer senior to him, and they start to form a friendship basically. So Raju, despite being a good man and liked by everybody, he isn't given the respect he deserves because of the position, which is the attender. So he's not allowed to sit with them during lunch. But this new lady Radha, she makes it a point that he sits with them during lunch on the same table, and that's when they begin the friendship. And there are certain instances in the movie where you actually see how much they care for each other. It is not the kind of love that you would see in your 20s or 30s, but a love that is grown out of compassion, a love that doesn't care about looks, religion, caste, community, nothing. It is just two hearts loving each other. And then you have a problem, of course. She is a widow, she has a daughter, and she has a better job, whereas Raju, he has none of these things. That is our first couple. Now, second is Sundaram. He is 11 years old. He comes from a very backward family, socially, economically. His father is an artisan, the stammering artisan, and he has a mother as well. And Sundaram is deeply infatuated by this girl SANGITA in his class. She's angelic, she's beautiful. He understands that SANGITA likes pink, so he wears a pink shirt to school. Everybody makes fun of him for wearing a girly color, but SANGITA says she loves it, and there blooms a friendship between them. And SANGITA decides to sing a song for the school celebrations day, which is his favorite song. So he tries to find the lyrics for it and he teaches her, and finally she sings the song on the celebrations day. And you also have a supportive teacher character that's there. She smiles a lot, she supports the kids. That's also a central character when it comes to Sundaram's story. So finally SANGITA sings the song, but we have several issues. Now SANGITA's dad is a government officer. SANGITA comes from a financially better position family, and her dad is clearly not impressed with the culture or the absence of culture of a government school. SANGITA singing on stage is not something that he would want, and we have an issue there. And then we're introduced to Joseph and Bhargavi. So Joseph is somewhere in his early 20s. He is an orphan basically, at least that's what we understand, and he's a converted Christian also. He works for this good man who fights for the good causes. So he's basically a goon, but for the good reasons. And he meets, he fights, and finally he falls in love with Bhargavi. Now Bhargavi comes from a very staunch Brahmin family, and her father raises her that way. Yet they fall in love with each other, and it's a different form of love. It changes both of them. Bhargavi was very adamant and bold, but she softens a little bit. And Joseph, he finally mends his ways. He stops becoming a goon, or he then finds a job and he works on it, and they start to mend their ways, and they fall in love with each other. But Bhargavi's father is not happy with this. A converted Christian, the caste difference, it's not going to be easy for them either. And then you finally get introduced to GEDDAM. He's somewhere in his early 30s. He's working at a wine shop, and every day for the last 1 year he's been seeing this girl who comes to the shop to get her favorite drink. So she has covered up her complete face except for the eyes, and the eyes are beautiful, and GEDDAM is deeply in love with this girl. Now, this girl is actually played by the producer. The role of the girl is played by the producer of the movie. She's an NRI. She's a doctor, a cardiologist based out of the US. So she's done a good job as Salima, the lover of GEDDAM. So GEDDAM soon realizes that Salima is a sex worker, and the beauty of the movie is that it doesn't take away any of those feelings GEDDAM had for Salima. He loves her, he doesn't care what she does, he's all in love with her. And the way she reciprocates love is so beautiful. So there is this particular instance in the movie. Where Salima says a lot of men have fallen in love with her or are behind her, but nobody wanted to start a life with her. And that's only GEDDAM, and that's how she reciprocates her love. And their love grows in a way that we wish that each of us had a lover like GEDDAM in our lives. He's so loyal, honest, and he does everything that he could to make Salima's life better. But then again, we have a problem. Both of them are from the same community, but moral policing. What Salima has been doing for a livelihood, and that is something Salima is not ashamed of. That's another beautiful aspect of the movie. Salima is not waiting for a man to save her from what she is. She has chosen this career, and she's happy there. She's making a livelihood out of it, and she can separate what she does and her personal life into two, and that's the beauty of her character. And GEDDAM falls right in love with this Salima, and we all can just wish that, if they were together only, and they decide to get married. So now that we're introduced to all the 8 central characters, we definitely know how each of these love stories is going to culminate, right? And that is exactly how they end. We are so used to seeing these movies where we have seen the caste differences, class differences, and we know how sad the endings can be. And most of these stories in this movie, all the 4 stories, certainly some of them have such kind of an ending, and we are like, okay, I knew it. I knew this was happening. Then again, you feel invested in each of the characters that you won't even feel bored, not even for a minute in the movie. You have seen these kind of love affairs earlier, the setting, it's very familiar, but the movie tells the stories of these 4 peoples in the most uncinematic way possible, that even if you're so used to the background, the backdrop, the story, the setting, you still want to know how it ends. Sometimes the actors are they're so new into acting, sometimes they forget to act, and that makes it so natural. You see a lot of times when Radha, the government officer, she smiles, so she delivers a dialogue in a way that you would think, aha, that's how my mother talks, so that's how my Masi talks, and that's the beauty of the movie. And you fall for each of the 8 characters. You want them to be together, and when they are not, you will feel sad about it. The characters, it's very hard, sometimes when you have more than 7 or 8 characters in the movie, central characters, you won't feel invested in all of them equally. The writing of this movie is so brilliant that each character has some sort of dimension and depth to them, so that you fall for them very easily. And up till the end, you know that the movie is predictable, but in the end, the ending, the last 5 minutes of the movie makes it worth a shot. That is when I literally started crying, and I literally clapped because I was so happy. I never expected the twist in the end. It is nothing dramatic. The movie is very similar to Sairat, if you ask me. The setting is very similar, the caste issues and all. But Sairat got a bit emotional and over dramatic at some point. That's what I felt. Whereas in this movie, there is no drama. This is the story that you see right with your eyes. You're seeing it right in front of you. 8 people living, and you see their lives. And then there are other things discussed in the movie, like a good take on feminism. So when Radha tells her 20-year-old daughter that she wants to get married, the daughter literally shouts. She's like, Mama, what happened to you? Are you planning to get married at this age? And then the mother asks, so this is feminism to you? So you can make a choice because you are young, whereas I can't because I'm 42 years old, I'm a widow, and I can't marry a man of my choice. And that's when the reality hits the girl, and she's like, yeah, that's right. That's feminism too. And then later in the movie, you see the girl planning the elopement sequence of her mother with the guy she likes. And the way the story of the stammering father, the artisan, the father of Sundaram is narrated, the way his wife treats him, the way he loves his child, says a lot. He's stammering, so most of the times he can't even deliver a dialogue properly, but we know what he's gonna say and we feel for it. The way his story ends in the movie makes you think twice before, maybe, when you pass through a roadside, you see an artisan selling stuff, maybe you'll think twice before just passing on or maybe bargaining with them. At least it did to me. So there are a lot of characters in the movie and you start feeling what the characters feels, to the point that we want exactly what the character wants in the movie. We don't want anything else. There is this instance in the movie where Raju casually tells Radha what his thoughts are on temples and belief systems and religions. So he says he doesn't believe in any religion, he doesn't worship any gods anymore. Instead, he believes in humanity. He says that his tenant wouldn't throw him out even if he delays the rent by 2 or 3 days, because he believes in karma. He has done good deeds to others, so he's gonna get it back. And this message is clearly depicted at the end of the movie, and that is exactly what makes you feel so happy after watching the movie. Whether you're a believer or not, whichever is your religion or whatever your belief system be, this movie has a message to everybody. And if we can look beyond religion and caste and such social stigma, if we can feel what love is about, how to love each other and to live peacefully, this movie has it all. You have to watch the movie to know how good it feels in the end. This is definitely a setting that is very familiar to all of us, but the movie has something very different to offer. A feeling that you will rarely get after watching a movie. Even those family movies or feel-good movies feel dramatic, but this one doesn't feel dramatic even a bit. You have to watch Care of Kancharapalem to know how beautiful it is. And I really, really hope that the movie bags so many national awards in different categories, because the movie deserves it. But the writing, the direction, the movie is just beautiful, the message. So definitely check out Care of Kancharapalem and let me know how you enjoyed this session. This is what exactly I felt about the movie. I am a complete noob when it comes to reviewing movies or anything. I just shared what I felt about the movie. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think about it. I would like to know that. So we will meet soon. Until then, take care.